Hello everyone, I hope you're all okay. Guys, listen, I'm Wilfried Assi. I'm a mentor. I'm passionate about Africa, about the Afro community. I'm passionate about the Black empowerment, and I've also lived and worked in South Africa for some time, and also I've done the same. Work and live in Nigeria also. And I promise you, I can tell you, those are two type of people that are wonderful people. Okay, they're wonderful people, but then it's a shame that all these kind of things are happening, and clearly I think it's a mindset problem. Okay, some people that are feeling insecure and behaving like this. I've lived in South Africa, and I also experienced the xenophobia thing. And I want to tell you something. It seems so full. So sorry to say it, that a black doesn't like another black. Guys, you are mistaken. This is not the right battle you have to fight. This is definitely not the right battle. It's not. The right battle we have to fight as black community, Afro community, is to put black community on the table where decisions are made, guys. And to get there, we need to join forces. We need to learn and share experiences from each other. I mean, you in South Africa, you're South African. Why are you feeling insecure that, somebody's girl's coming and taking all your jobs? No, it shouldn't be the case. It should be, okay, those guys are coming with some experiences. How could I, get along with them and also learn from them? And at the same time, definitely, I'm South African. I also know some stuff that I can also transfer. So we should all have this fire in us, which is to recover for all those problems that we faced. Guys, I promise you, if today people ask you the question, if you were there, if you were alive at that time where all those problems about slaveries, apartheid, and everything happened, would you have accepted it? Would you have accepted the bribery to sell your fellow black brothers to the whites? Would you have accepted? And I'm sure you will say no. But I want to tell you something. What you're doing right now is worse than those people that accepted the bribery. Yes, it is, because you have the privilege of having lived that experience already, that of having heard about it, having been taught about it at school. But those people, they didn't know about it before, so you have an example. It's like you're going for an exercise, you have the correction here, and then you go and still make mistakes. Guys, no, I'm sorry to say, but this is being fool. We shouldn't look fool like that. We need to stop this thing. Okay, the right battle for us is to clearly support each other, to learn from each other, and stand at one and be on the table where decisions are made in this world. Okay, I know in South Africa we talk about black empowerment and everything. Those are type of programs that people should listen to and understand properly. Okay, you're black. You have to work twice harder than a white person. You know that this is a fact. So instead of thinking and working and joining forces and learning, in networking and everything, you're fighting each other. This should not be the right battle. Okay? Guys, I'm not from any of those countries, and the first day I started working in South Africa and I got introduced to the team, the first reaction that I had for some people was like, oh, okay, so you coming from Africa. So already this is the first mistake, because you will get a lot of people that will be thinking, like they're in the south of Africa, they're not in Africa. But guys, you're mistaken. You in Africa, you Africans, you need to put that in your mind. And people need to tell you straightforward. You are African. So, you coming from Africa. Oh, okay. Do you like here? And I was like, what? What kind of question is that? Okay. And the second question that came is like, okay, when are you going back? And I can tell you, I look at it and it looked so funny to me, because, I clearly spotted that I had in front of me somebody that was just like a one-eyed person, somebody that has problem, that had a lot of complex. Because how come you can be asking a question like this? So my response was like, okay, listen, I don't know. Anyway, I came here for work. I came here with a competency. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, And I can tell you, along the way, the reaction were not very fine. And I want to assure you that this type of question comes not from the white, from the Indian, from the colored, but it will be coming from the black people that are just black like me. And I was so shocked, but I was like, okay, listen, yeah, this is a life situation. You know, you need to deal with it. You need to work with it, and especially you need to be resilient. So, hey, it happens. It happened, for example, that hey, you are a manager of one of those black persons, and you're asking for tax and things to be completed, and the reaction you get is like, listen, I'm taking my time. You can't do anything to me, because there's something they call black empowerment. I was very shocked about it, and I was like, the person should think more than all these things. Should think about, you know, her or his own development, how, you know, ones can grow and develop and be achieving things in lives. But all those things are so useless things. You shouldn't be spending time trying to fight your fellow black guy. Guys, this is not the war. This is not the war you have to fight. This is not the fight. This is not a battle you need to get involved in. I promise you, if right now people ask you if you were there at that moment where, let's say, the white person were coming to Africa to bring in civilization and everything, would you accept the bribe that some of our ancestors accepted? Would you accept that lack of unity? You would clearly say, no, if I were there, I wouldn't accept this. This wouldn't have happened. But I want to tell you straightforward, guys, what you guys are doing right now is worse than what those people did before. Yeah, it's worse. It's worse. And you know why it's worse? Because all these things happened. You got taught all this history at school. Your parents, your family, your neighbors, everybody told you about apartheid, about, you know, let's say the white supremacy and all those problems. You learned about it. Maybe you even you experienced those things. And then you come, and it's this time where it's like a rehearsal, you fighting each other. No, that's not the right war, guys. The right war for us black people is to sit on the table. You know, I know in South Africa we talk a lot about black empowerment. This is great, guys. But those are the type of things you need to put into your mind. You need to empower the blacks. You need to make sure you're black, and you also sit on the table where decisions are made. And how do you get there? You know, you need to work on the mindset of the people. We need to work on the mindset of the black people. You should stop fighting each other. You know, a guy in Nigeria, he lives there in South Africa. In your country, you see the guy, he's doing things that you don't know about. You don't know. You can approach him and try to learn from him. What's the problem with that? We need to be one Africa, guys. This is not the right battle. You're clearly going wrong here. And allow me to be to be speaking to you this way, because I'm passionate about Africa. I'm passionate about, the talent, the potential that the continent has, and how we can drive synergies, just as this hasn't happened yet. And those are the reflections. Those are the things that we need to be talking about. How, guys from Somalia, from Ethiopia, from Nigeria, from South Africa, Ivory Coast, Ghana, everywhere can do things together. Okay? We can say, okay, apartheid is over. Okay, there's been, let's say, slavery, all these things, they're over. But, it's all start in the mind. They're over physically. Clearly, you're not locked into cells. You're not forced to travel, 10,000 miles in a ship with chains on you or whatever. But by behaving like this, you're sharing the world that you are slavery in your mind. Okay? Because you can't see your fellow black guy and behave like this. So obviously a lot of people have been saying they're not happy with what is going on and whatever, and I agree that you might have your own reason. What would you tell me? You say people bring prostitution, they bring they bring drugs or whatever. All this happen everywhere. And it's not everybody. Everybody in a particular community is wrong or is doing wrong things. So you should stop the stereotypes. Okay? There are good people everywhere. There are also bad people everywhere. So guys, you need to step up your game. We have a war. We have a right battle. A battle to fight. And this battle is how the Afro community also sit on the table where decisions are made in this world. Bear that in mind. Anyway, we're a group of people that are working on the similar, thematic about putting black people on the table, and you will see great stuff very soon. And I'm really not happy with the way you will get some people that are very, let's say, they're very famous or they're doing great in their job with the entrepreneurs or whatever, and they can't join forces to make this thing happen. There's a new group of people that are raising. They're rising, and they want to rise Africa as one. So guys, those are the few words that I wanted to share with you. Clearly step up your game. Stop this xenophobia thing. It doesn't make sense. We need to fight for Africa, for one Africa. Okay, we'll talk soon.